All right, let's dive into the story of a man who is living a pretty wild double life. On the one hand, he's this super respected Ivy League professor, a doctor. But on the other, he's something else entirely. This is the incredible story of Dr. Benoit Desjardins and how he had to resurrect a secret past to save the future of medicine. I mean, just look at this contrast. It really gets to the heart of his story, right? You've got the doctor in the white coat saving lives, reading these complex MRI and CT scans, and then there's the other side of him, the ghost in the machine, a teenage hacker who could slip past any digital lock. He basically buried that part of himself, living this double life that absolutely no one knew about. So, let's rewind a bit, go back to the 90s, in Montreal. From the quiet of his own bedroom, a young Benoit Desjardins figured out he had this knack. He was a quiet kid, but he found that if he was curious enough, those digital locks on closed computer systems, they just kind of melted away for him. But then, he just walked away from it all, made a complete pivot. He traded his keyboard for a stethoscope and just threw himself into the absolute grind of medical school. As far as any of his colleagues knew, he was just a super driven, really brilliant doctor. That other life, it was buried deep. Or so he thought. But here's the thing, you can't really outrun who you are, can you? Years into his career as a doctor, he said this. He admitted that he missed it. That hacker identity wasn't really gone. It was just lying dormant, waiting for a spark. And that spark was about to happen in the last place he expected. So flash forward to 2017. He's at DEF CON in Las Vegas, which is basically the world's biggest hacker conference. He decides to check out a session on healthcare cybersecurity, figuring, it'd be a small niche thing, maybe 30 people in a little room. What he actually found, well, it changed everything. Yeah, it wasn't 30 people. It was 500. 500 hackers all lined up trying to cram into this tiny room. They ended up having to move the whole thing to a giant hall. And for Dr. Desjardins, that was this huge light bulb moment. The world he had left behind was now laser focused on the world he lived in. And that was it. That was the moment. His life as a doctor, his past as a hacker, they just slammed right into each other. He realized he couldn't keep them separate anymore. In fact, he was maybe the only person who could truly bridge that gap. So what do you do when your two worlds collide like that? You make a plan. And for any of you students watching this, this is a total masterclass in how to reinvent yourself. He didn't just wing it. He laid out this methodical 3-step plan to get back into cybersecurity, but this time with a very clear purpose. And let me tell you, this guy was persistent. There's this great story where he's at a conference and there's this exclusive cyber attack simulation run by IBM that he couldn't get into. So what does he do? For 2 straight days, he just keeps going back to the IBM booth and asking for a ticket over and over until they finally gave him one just to make him go away. But that persistence, it got him in the room with the top people in the field. Okay, so then came the hard work, the retooling. He went out and got these major certifications, like the Certified Ethical Hacker, where they literally teach you to think like an attacker so you can build better defenses. He started competing in these intense hacking competitions called Capture the Flag events. He even placed 22nd out of thousands in the NSA's own Codebreaker Challenge. This wasn't just dusting off old skills. This was building a brand new, cutting-edge arsenal. So now he's armed with all this new expertise, and he turns and looks back at his own field, at medicine. And what he sees is just terrifying. It really makes you wonder, what is the actual worst-case scenario in hospital? And the answer is, it's a nightmare. We're not just talking about stealing credit card numbers. A hacker could get in and subtly change a CT scan, add a fake tumor, or maybe even worse, erase a real one. They could lock down an entire hospital's records with ransomware, or even tamper with the AI systems that doctors are starting to rely on. We're talking about literal life and death situations. And this is where it all comes together. He understood the threats like a hacker, but he also understood the stakes like a doctor. So he forged this brand new identity for himself. He stepped out of the shadows to become a protector, a guardian standing right at that critical intersection of medicine and cybersecurity. And his influence now is huge. He's not just one thing anymore. He's giving academic talks, he's consulting for the FBI and the FDA, he's publishing research, leading conferences, and he's a vital part of his own hospital's cyber defense. He is putting that unique skill set to work everywhere it's needed. you can really see the impact he's having. Ransomware, taking hospitals down, he's out there teaching cyber defense. Medical devices full of security holes, he's pushing the companies that make them to build more secure stuff from the start. He is literally building an immune system for medicine to fight off a whole new kind of digital disease. So now, he doesn't hide it anymore. He's fully embraced both sides of himself. This isn't just some clever catchphrase. It's him declaring that he's found a way to use every single part of who he is to make a real difference. He figured out how to be both people at the same time. And this is his whole philosophy boiled down. Being a hacker isn't about being good or bad. The skills are the same. It all comes down to your intent, your direction. Are you taking things apart to break them and cause harm, or are you taking them apart to understand them, to find the weak spots, and to make the whole system stronger for everyone? It's a really powerful way to think about it. So I want to leave you with this question, especially for any students out there thinking about what's next. Dr. Desjardins' combination was medicine and hacking. What's yours? What are the unique, totally random-seeming skills and passions that you have? What could you combine to create something brand new and really powerful? Because the most important question isn't just what you can do, it's what direction you're going to choose to take it.